pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Go get some!
What's good, everybody? My name is Rafael Chacin, and here we are again with my co-host, Zenith, because this is another episode of the Combat Club, because we're going to bring you previews and reviews of the pay-per-views that are trending in the world of combat sports during the weekend. Also, we got debates, news, interviews on the streets, stats, story, film study of rookies and veterans, and the octagon, and more, because this is a show with 100% extreme attitude, because in this club, we're born to fight anywhere, anytime, anyone. So don't be a pussy and fight like a real man. And before we get to the preview of UFC 315 and WWE Backlash, I just wanted to say shout out to the one and only Sam Alvey, the current heavyweight champion on Karate Combat, to provide us an exclusive interview, just like before the Combat Club episode, along with Zenith, because that interview with Sam Alvey was epic, because you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel, Capitán Rafucho. So make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube. Also, you can subscribe to my co-host, Zenith, on YouTube. Also, you can follow us in every social media, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, Twitch, everywhere, because right now, me and Zenith, we're getting ready, because this is like a Mother's Day weekend, because we just got two events that are going to blow up their mind. WWE Backlash on St. Louis, and of course, we got UFC 315 at Montreal.
Oh, absolutely right, my brother. This is a fun night of combat sports. And once again, I mean, like you said it perfectly. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. It's Mother's Day's weekend. I know, obviously, it's not Mother's Day today. It is on Sunday, but just early happy Mother's Day to all our mothers out there. And absolutely, we got two legends fighting that Backlash. I'm not so much of a WWE fan. I'm going to let my man to the right of me handle that. But we definitely are going to be previewing 315 today as well. The UFC fights that is on the rise. That being said, though, back over to you, Rafael. Let's talk about this WWE Backlash. I know there's a legend in John Cena did win the belt at WrestleMania over Cody, and he is defending it, I believe, against Randy Orton, if I'm correct. Big moment at Backlash. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, to be honest, right now, there's rivalry between John Cena versus Randy Orton. I mean, it sounds very incredible, because if you remind something like rivals, like Tom Brady versus Eli Manning. Also, we got Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. Pretty fair right now. But between for John Cena versus Randy Orton, I mean, this is going to be like a something that the people never forget about this. Because I know that John Cena just took up the gold on WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. But I think it's going to be more excited, because I think Randy was like more talented in ring performer, but Cena was able to push himself for the big matches. I mean, because I don't think between overall, the last performance of John Cena at WrestleMania was definitely mad. But, I mean, this is like a good match between a Backlash on St. Louis, because I think they don't expect him to wrestle like Will Ospreay out there and anything. I mean, this is going to be like the finish was completely weird and underwhelming, especially compared to last year. because we've been seeing because who cares about friends? Because right now they're enemies. Because some of those people they've been watching for over 30 years. It is very difficult to get exciting for Cena versus Orton. I mean, they tried to force this feud down the road so many years, and they never delivered it. So I'm looking very forward to see a lot of persons coming up there, because only like at the quiz ago, just like a build off the tension. But I know that the match was happening at the end of the year for the final match. That way couldn't win and take the title. That seems a little bit rushed because only a couple of weeks they build up a lot of tension, even they feel it before. But also in the future, we will see that absolutely taking a big step. Because I know the scene that clearly lost a step. Well, Randy looks in the full stride. Because I'm not to be like really nerdy, but they're gonna be like in a great atmosphere and storyline because it's bound to be good, not be great, but just sort of the Asian wrestling styles because it's gonna be so much outside the ring capabilities and not to be like at a least solid. But if you're gonna to watching itself, I mean, this is gonna be like at a whole vintage.
Well said, well said. What's up, Adrian? Thank you so much for joining us today. That being said, I hope all is good with you, Adrian, and I hope all is good with you guys. All chat watching. Even though if you guys are not commenting, we really appreciate you guys being here. Yeah. So, how much times did they end up fighting? Because like I don't really, my memory doesn't recall that much. With WWE stuff. So that being said, how much times did they fight? I mean, like this is probably they got to answer in double digits at this point. If I'm not right, correct? If I'm right,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
actually Google it. How much
yeah.
times did
Oh my God, this is gonna be so much
Randy
interesting.
Orton fight? All right, so get some information here. They had 21 matches between them, with the rivalry spanning a significant period. Exactly what you just said. Like, how much times are we going to see this? With Cena winning 13 of it and Orton winning 7. How does that make 21? What the fudge? That's 20.
I know
Anyhow,
this is
none of the matches were title matches, so that's a big one. One match ended in a draw. Okay, I missed that part. So Cena won 13, Orton won 7. One match ended in a draw. That makes 21. 9 of those matches were title matches, so 9 out of the 21 were title matches. With Orton having the edge in those, winning 5 out of Cena's first. So this is big, right here. Looking at that, winning 5 out of Cena's first. Does Cena tie it up? Does Cena leave Backlash, tying it up with his 5th championship win over Randy Orton? Or does Randy Orton, the Viper, take it with 6 over Cena's 4 that he has? What's your thoughts? Who do you have winning, though? Who do you have actually walking out of Backlash with the championship?
I mean, those one or two collide for because I remember because they just collide in an independent called Ohio Valley Wrestling in January
Oh, Valley
2002.
West, absolutely. That's when they first
Yeah,
started.
but it's
Yeah.
gonna be like more excited. I mean, additionally, because we never see like with the comforter like the heel movement. But I think that concerningly in terms of win and losses, I mean, that is true because if you consider like a more standing and performance, I mean the real skills, epic moments, that'll be Randy Orton because Randy had something that Cena doesn't. And that's particularly because that's real singular and Randy used to it. And it's definitely Randy Orton because looking back at the beginning, Randy Orton performed better thought the longevity, which is a core component to have. No one can deny that John Cena brought to this table. There is a clear distinction between the two. But Randy did just demonstrate athleticism and near sits fight and his ability in the ring is very accumulated. I mean, John Cena is more like marketable. What will agree that the best of the mic, which he sees it at the Orton that aspect. It's not like Eric Jones for to showcase an amazing match, but they came with a lot of loads. But I know that as a wrestler in the ring, they have Randy Orton with RKO out of nowhere. And at the mic, they have John Cena, which is definitely clear.
Yeah, I mean, like I grew up in the ruthless aggression era. Like I grew up with the "you
Mhm.
can't see me" and all that jazz. I actually grew up a John Cena fan. I bought all his DVDs. I remember big ass matches on WrestleMania with him, especially that JBL match. That was a good one. But I grew up also a Randy Orton fan. I grew up the Viper fan. I grew up the Legend Killer when he started kneeing people. Those are my my moments watching the WWE. Obviously, there's also some great legends like Shawn Michaels and Triple H and all of that we can talk about. But to focus on really them too, um, it's just really beautiful to see. 15 years later, they're still doing it. Like 20 years later, they're still doing it. Ralph brought it up. Like they both started at Ohio Valley Wrestling and to work their way up to the big stage and to damn near be the face of the company, both of them in their own rights. There was a time where you know, Randy Orton was running that show and was the face of the company before your Roman Reigns and before all of that. And then there's another time where John Cena, and we all know was the babyface of the company, did carry the company on his shoulders for many years. Both
Mhm.
both competitors did, and it's just amazing to see both of them still has what it takes at a high level at their age that they're on. John Cena doesn't need the money. John Cena is perfectly fine with money. He's perfectly fine in Hollywood. Randy Orton doesn't need the money. He's perfectly fine. He could retire right now and be set, and his kids are set for life. But all I'm trying to say is it's beautiful to see them come out, and I know they're still wrestling. I know they're still coming on every now and then, but it's good to see them headline a pay-per-view in this magnitude right after WrestleMania, where John Cena just actually headlined it with Cody. And to see, and honestly, I didn't even watch a single second of WrestleMania, so I had to go back and watch it because I heard it was really good. But that being said, though, it's really beautiful to see. I mean, like them put their bodies on the line for our entertainment once again, in 2025. Like, who would have thought, like, in 2025, you'll get John Cena versus Randy Orton for a title. And no one, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But it's happening. And it's pretty cool. I don't know how you truly feel about it because I mean, like, I like the direction that Triple H has taken the company. I know a lot of fans do love the way that the WWE is going. Before we move on to the next topic, I want to ask you some questions. It's almost as if like but the resident WWE fan, how do you feel about the direction that the WWE has gone in the past year?
I mean, the past year, I mean, they just wanted to get improvised, but they just improved. I mean, this year between WWE and Netflix, I mean, that was just like a solid bold move because doing for the storylines and of course the marketing and of course the viewers going off of the social media, they know they wanted to engage the audience with those storylines, with those powerful storylines, and between for like the athletes, the wrestlers, I mean, they became so much important. And I mean, people they want to see like a great stories and of course great matches because people never forget what happened in WrestleMania Philadelphia. And of course they had the story of Cody Rhodes. I mean, they still get a lot of goosebumps because they just wanted to bring it back to all the roots. Because I know that I grew up like in the Attitude Era, just like in a Ruthless Aggression back in 2000. And of course, because we can see like at a lot of wrestlers, because people they want to see like the brand new generation of wrestling taking over like in 2020, 2030. I mean, there's gonna be like an epic. You're gonna see everything. I mean, I would love to see that.
Absolutely love it, my friend. You definitely what's up, what's up? Thank you so much for being here. You definitely can continue talking about it if you want to. I'm ready to talk UFC 315, but don't want to watch the WWE Backlash preview because I honestly think I might tune in on this, Raphael. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
Honestly, we've seen it 21 times, but hey, here comes 22.
yeah, exactly. All right, so let's wanted to move on to the next topic because right now it is the time for the UFC 315 at Montreal. So right now we got Benoit Davis versus Joy Alvarez. So right now this is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like a superb matchmaking. Two of the lightweight division's most exciting fighters going for toe to toe. Whatever the fight takes, it should be like exciting chaos from bell to bell. Because with chaos breeds uncertainty. And uncertainty isn't usually like a very good thing because Benoit Davis fights specifically have a lot of uncertainty in them with the recent months, with the Frenchman losing to a significant favorite in both of the last two. I mean, both men, they have a lot of intensity, grappling, striking, but the striking of Benoit Davis is pretty awful. but he throws like a such heated condition, he's still incredibly dangerous. And most of the time, his striking is just like a tool too close to the distance and initiating a takedown. And Alvarez's problem seems like got seemingly awful takedown defense because they're going to be hesitant to the commit or the criticism. Because it will be the period that the Wilcombs fight is being enforced to the mat, where he has an aggressive submission game. It seems very clear that such a game will be a terrible idea because no fighter should be like one but Austin Davis on top of them. Pause. Because so without certainly Alvarez's ability to keep fight standing, should are everything. Because at the end of the day, they will take different outcomes dependent on where the ends take places. Because it's gonna be like enjoying the violence. But between for the knowledge and grappling and striking, I mean, it's gonna be managed to get control time. So this is gonna be like a Benoit St. Davis. So right now I gotta say it. Benoit St. Davis is gonna be at decision.
Oh, sorry, you got Benoit St. Denis. I like that. Benoit St. Denis is coming off of two knockouts, two knockout losses. I believe one against Justin Poirier. That's the one we remember the most. And then you have the one that he just suffered against Wanato, Money Makano. This guy has been knocked out twice in the last year, and you laid it out perfectly. I think we see the dog that we've seen before the Dustin Poirier fight. As much as Kyle is coming into his own, Kyle is a replacement fighter. It was supposed to go to Alex. This is a replacement fighter, and I honestly, I love the fact that he's coming off of some knockouts himself. He did a head kick against Moiko in the organization. I believe it was PFC. Then he got another head kick against Josh in the same organization. But this is his first big test. I mean, like, this is his octagon debut. This is not him coming off of a contender series. He has 3 knockouts in his last promotion in a row, and he's going to come in and face that he's not ranked, but should still be ranked in the top 15 St. Denis. I think this is a way bigger level of competition. Maybe Kyle can come in here. Maybe he can shock the world. I know he is a Canadian fighter. I know that's the reason why he's making his big debut. And it's just strange to me how, I mean, like, maybe I'm not. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't really follow Kyle's career outside of him making his walk on Saturday. I will say I did look into who he fought, and I just named him. And I don't really think that he fought super high level of competition. Did he fight high level competition? Yes. But did he fight UFC high level competition? No. Now I just I'm mistaken. Benoit St. Denis is the 15th ranked fighter, but you have a fighter making his debut going against a fighter that's literally ranked 15. I don't see how Kyle wins this fight anywhere. I have Benoit St. Denis. Honestly, I'm gonna say he knocks the guy out. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna just say he knocks Kyle out. Did Kyle ever be knocked out? I don't know. Let's double check. Let me just go to his topology real fast. Let me see if this guy ever got knocked out. I don't think this guy got knocked out. He never lost. Never got knocked out. Been submission. Been sub twice and has 6 losses. That might just be me and my immaturity of not really studying Kyle. But I usually like to see fighters coming off of knockout losses go back in there and really try to make something happen. And Benoit St. Denis is a way for a superior fighter than Kyle. Could Kyle come out, hometown advantage, have the home crowd on his side and shock the fucking world? Absolutely. That's why we tune in every Saturday night for the UFC, because crazy shit like that happens all the fucking time. But I don't think it does. I don't think it does on this one. I think St. Denis walks out victory. I would say first round, second round knockout. I would say it doesn't go the distance inside 2.5.
That's a great one. Mm-hmm. Right, so let's check them off for the comments right now. Salute to Hank Warzone. You call and answer. Also, Hank Warzone. The only thing in Benoit St. Denis is pretty good on short notice. Also, salute to Giuliano. Salute to Yo. All right, so next up, we got another fight coming out there because it's going to be really interesting. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. Now, between for that fight, Natalia Silva has absolutely insane style that works very well at the women's mixed martial arts. She defensively minded everything that she does, which basically blunts all of the opponent's best tools, the lean with nothing to offer, the combat, the offense, which she did solid. Because if you're a wrestler, then Silva takedown defense is going to force to strike with her. I mean, Alexa Grasso comes into the fight under some interesting circumstances because she shocked the world when she defeated Valentina, and she remained competitive at the rematch. But she finally got outsmarted and outclassed in the third fight, and it was one-sided really enough that nobody has interest in to see Grasso and right at the back, which is very feared. I mean, because let's be honest, because did we ever think that Grasso chapter as champion had anything to do with leveling up and not to do with Shabanko declining? I mean, fighting is a very mental sport, and often we can see like an achieve their life goal and become a champion because this is gonna be a passing of torch because Grasso had the moment, and now it's time to get a gatekeeper to the new wave, just like Easy and Edwards have become. Because I don't really that see from Grasso that really sells it apart from Natalia Silva, because the Brazilian has more diverse striking arsenal, is more powerful and provide the better offense and defense number historically. That doesn't mean very much, but given the difference in opponent caliber, because I'm gonna be convincing that Natalia Silva is going to shock the entire world. So I'm going to give Natalia Silva second round submission.
Wow, she submits Guaso. I love that. I love the fact that you picked Silva. I love the fact that you're picking the underdog in this. I totally love the fact that you compared it to the passing of the Goyd, but I don't think that Alexa's ready to pass the Goyd yet. I get it. Natalia has 6-0 in the UFC, passed every test, just came off of a big win against Jessica Andrade by decision. I understand that she has an exciting fighting style, but I don't. I honestly think that Grasso let herself down in her recent fights, and I think we're gonna see the best version of Alexa Grasso. I don't think Grasso is ready in her MMA career to become a gatekeeper just yet. I mean, like she's barely just made 31. So at the end of the day, she's probably going to be 32 in August. It says right here on Tapology, and I truly believe that she is reaching her prime right now. Like, as much as she just got off the title one and got beaten by the shit damn near the best flyweight in the damn division. You know what I'm saying? The champion in Valentino, that's the champion. I mean, like when you look at Alessa Grasso's fighting style, she has the weapons to go stand up, to go on the ground game, and so does Natalia Silva. I love watching Natalia Silva fight. It's an exciting fighting style, but it hasn't really been tested against the cream of the crop in the world. This is why this fight is so important. We have number 3 that's been there, that's done that, that's won a championship, that's been fighting 5-round fights, has the experience. The fighting against Natalia Silva that literally is on a fucking train right now, and you better get the fuck out of the way. And this is where I think, I think that train ends, man. I'm gonna go Alexa Grasso. I'm gonna say this one goes the distance. I'm gonna have Alexa Grasso by decision. I'm gonna say Natalia Silva early into the round. She may hurt Alexa Grasso, but I just think that championship spirit and just that veteranness comes out. I mean, like, yeah, she's gonna hurt her. Maybe she might take her down. Maybe she might be close under the submission. But I see the championship level of Alexa Grasso, that spirit coming out of her, that Mexican pride coming out of her, should I say, and get the victory here, man. I'm gonna take the ex-champion, man. Give me Alexa Grasso. I think she's gonna. I think you might be right with Natalia Silva having a big night and shocking the world, but it wouldn't shock me if Alexa Grasso single-handedly wins by unanimous. But we'll see what happens there. We do got an old veteran in Jose Aldo versus a young killer in Zabot. How do you even fucking say that? Amen. I'm just gonna say amen. So I'm gonna let you go on this one first. Go right ahead, buddy.
All right. So first and foremost, because before I had to get into the fight right now, so just see for the comments right now.
Go fast. That's a good point. Hank brings up too. Can you pull that comment? He said Gresso just has tough luck against tall fighters, and that is true.
Exactly, it's true.
I like that. Go right ahead.
It's true. All right. So we trained for the fight Jose Aldo versus Ayman Sahavi, because some people, they're not really over yet for like Aldo versus Batista fight, because it just left like a real bad taste and all around for the world, because Aldo's still performing at a ridiculously high level given the age, career narrative, longevity, because that guy retired and stepped away for quite some time, and now he's coming back for the fighting up and coming killers, like almost like he never left. Because in some people that have the issues with Aldo, it is mainly intangible from the heart and enthusiasm, because Aldo's career isn't really going anywhere. I mean, I don't really what exactly he's coming for, because he had like an emotional retirement package, even got like a W on this retirement fight. But even Sahavi, is still like a mind-blowing mystery, because if you went like at a fan who pay attention for the entire card, like 2021, you have to remember the time when Ayami and Sahabi was in contention for like the worst fighting on the roster, because it means somewhere into the wake of retirement of George Sampieri, there's always that got finished by Ricardo Ramos and amortization by Mitz Morales. I mean, he became like an underdog against Draco Rodriguez, but it's really moved to hard that because they can't even look at the name without thinking about paragraph. Because it could have surely be with Sahabi, because he's proving the odd makers and Jerome probably can probably use his ability. I mean, he's facing a guy that can beat him if he can really push hard enough. So that's gonna be like something like the worst fighting on the rooster versus the untrusted legend. I mean, there's no way that people that wanted to expect it about that. I mean, they would have faced it at the clinch spot because I was getting the start with the harder against the fence. Because I was very convinced that defending the championship there would have found a way out to get out going forward.
Yeah, well said, well said. And, I honestly think Waldo should just retire at this point. I mean, like you said, you're just so out of his fighting prime. He still got it. Obviously, he's still picking up wins, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna make a championship one. It's just not gonna happen. Like, you're literally one of the best featherweights that ever did it. Your reign will almost certainly never be matched because the way that these fighters are just leaving the divisions after fucking one defense. But I don't think Jose Aldo's reign will ever be matched with amount of championship fights he has into his career. I'm not just talking about the UFC. Obviously, Max did it. Obviously, Alex did it. When you talk about how long this guy defended a championship was, and you include him coming over from the WEC when they first bought it. I mean, like, I remember watching this guy in the WEC fucking do a spinning back kick off the cage, like Anthony Pettis did against Spencer Henderson. I mean, like, I love Jose Aldo in his prime. I love Jose Aldo when he was fighting, but I just think after that Peter Yan fight, I get it. He went on a 3-fight winning streak after that, but against who? Against who? I'm not trying to diss Rob Font. I'm not trying to diss Pedro, even though I know Pedro personally. But I'm not trying to do that. All I'm trying to say is, like, you're not gonna make a championship run. Rafael said it perfectly. They already had a video package. You're really fucking retired. I just can't stand. I get it. You love the sport. I get it. You can't leave it behind. But there's something called coaching. Okay, I mean, like, I just think Aldo would utilize his skills. I'm not saying you don't have to be around it. I'm just saying, like, it just hard to watch ex championships fight after their prime and they know that they're not the fighter. It's just sad seeing. I'm glad that Anthony Smith just retired recently this past couple weeks ago. Love seeing him retired. Love that video package they put together for him. We just had another retirement this past weekend again too. I just think that no matter what happens, I just think, Jose, you're 38. I get it. You can still compete. But at the end of the day, like, I just don't think he's gonna go on a championship run. Like, yeah, you can beat people in the division, but are you gonna beat the top tens right now? No. You're not gonna go out there, you're not gonna be top tens, you're not gonna go out there, you're not gonna be contenders, you're gonna just be a gatekeeper for the test. You're gonna become a test fighter. Like, oh, if you beat Jose Aldo, that's the one legend that can get you to the next level. I don't want to see Jose Aldo fight if he's gonna be a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather, and that's just me. Jose Aldo is too good of a fighter to be a gatekeeper, and I just think in this level, in this stage in his career, he's a gatekeeper. Not even Cowboy was a gatekeeper. Cowboy fought the best of the best until he retired. I don't want to see Jose Aldo as a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
and that's what he became.
yeah.
He became a fucking gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we see it, because I know there are a lot of comments from Hank.
These matchmakers are ass cheeks, bro. I agree with this. Fuck this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This pay-per-view sucks, bro.
All right, so he was saying that Aldo should fight a top 5 bantamweight opponent.
He'll get demolished. He'll get
demolished.
Yeah, he'll get demolished.
Because these matchmakers, I mean, they're ass cheek stuff. Because give me a look at the dream fight that was last fight. Because I remember.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but it's like, who the fuck is our man? Like, do we really care about this guy? He's 6-2 in the UFC, right? Not trying to say we don't care about him. He's Canadian. I know he's on the Discord because he's a Canadian fighter. Okay, but at the end of the day, I mean, like, I don't know, man. He did beat Javad Borchat, but I don't know, man. Like, You see what I'm saying? It's almost as if like this Jose Aldo is gonna be the biggest name on his resume outside of Pedro. Like and I get it, he's a young fighter, he's coming up, but is he that young? He's fucking 37 years old. He's a fucking what? You know what I'm saying? He's not that young. I thought this guy was gonna be like 34. No, he's 37. He's not even fucking young. What the fuck is this matchup? Let's move on, bro. Flyweight championship of the world, bro. We got Megan Font, whatever, however you pronounce that, 7-0 in the UFC, going against Valentina, bro. I'm gonna just say this right now, bro. For what?
I mean,
you a scrapper.
this one is gonna be something.
I don't know, man. Like I it's hard to go against the champ here in this one, man. It's really hard to go against the champ, man. All of those experience, all of those times. I mean, like this is really jumping to the next level. Could it be done? Absolutely. Does she have the skills to get it done? Absolutely. 7-0. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, give me Valentino, bro. Give me Valentino, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. I didn't really give my whole thoughts out of it. Give me Valentino. Go right ahead.
Yeah, between for Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. I mean, in my mind, Valentina Shevchenko has been quietly declining for a few years ago. I mean, if you rewind to 2022, Shevchenko won split decision to Taylor Santos. This is like a fight that I thought she lost, but she was taking in multiple rounds, and the striking was really like competitive because Valentina has turned like a counter striking statue. I mean, that fight was following the shock loss to Grasso, where the scorers had 2-2 that happened before round ended. But the finish sequence that happened to come for a low IQ mistake for Shevchenko initially, because something seemed like similarly did at the first round of the Santos fight, because the eventual they just went to a draw because they got used to figures to paint the picture, which is an opinion that now 37-year-old champion is declining on the striking realm. That Shevchenko stands stationary and waits to counter, which is all well good. And it's going to be well. But also she faced Manon Fiorot, an elite striker who currently has 93% takedown of defense rate, because she does like a good job of stuffing takedowns. She forces like many of the opponents to stand and trade with her. Most recently, the likes of Eric Blanchard, the Rose Namajunas. And when Fiorot goes against her opponent on the feet, she's really yet to lose, because she don't want to keep it very simple. Probably strikingly for 1-2 to step with a side kick or such a simple arsenal to loves to keep the ball, will be handled against Shevchenko counter striking game, because the French woman will need to bump forward, try to blitz what she get at the best work after distance. But also Fiorot is very strong and muscular, because you can see all the advantages he holds like the clinch, because Valentina's takedown attempts for the clinch, they're very confident in keeping the standard. But should be like a superior striker and agree to decline Shevchenko, and their offensive grappling ability should endorse that the fight's gotta stay there, unless you got anything for the grappling offense. Because if Santos or Grasso had a takedown defense, I believe the current champion will get like 0-4 against them. They're not gonna make anything worse, but it's gonna be like a long time coming. But it's kind of like passing the torch and the edge of catch up with Valentina Shevchenko. But I think Fiorot is a worthy successor. But this is not gonna be like display for a serious confidence. But the overlocation I have been about for this age right now, so I'm gonna say between Manuel Fiorot to win at this round by decision.
I love it. You know what I noticed too? That she is on a 12-fight win streak, losing only her first fight. Kind of what Jack Delamine's on right now, losing his first two. But I love the fact that you brought that up. I mean, like, yeah, 100% takedown defense, but like at the end of the day, who she's fighting that really can wrestle like Valentina? Absolutely nobody. Yes, she beat Rose, but at the end of the day, like Rose is not the Rose that we all know. Yes, Valentina is 37. Yes, Valentina is on a decline, but Valentina was on a 7-fight defense before she lost the title. She's been in there against the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that I think Fiat will be champion. Will be champion one day, but I don't think it's on Saturday night. I think she'll probably fight her ass off and almost get not a rematch, but get respect to be in the opportunity to fight for the rematch here later on in the year and next year. But I just think Valentina right now is even declining. Is just a better fighter. But that's why we have to watch the fights, and that's why it's fun making a projection. If we all agreed, it wouldn't be a good show. You know what I'm saying? If we both agreed on the same shit over and over again. But here we have, man. We have the boringest fighter in the roster going against one of the most excitedest fighter on the roster. How did that one come out, right? We have the boring Muhammad. Respectfully, dog, definitely can strike, can wrestle, can grapple, can submit. Like, this guy's a dog. We respect him, but he's boring as fuck. All right. Shout out to the gym. I know the gym is really underrated, but if you think about it, that's the only gym right now in the game with 2 champions, with Alexa Grasso and Bilal Muhammad. Not only that, but a lot of other studs come out of that gym too. And then we have a killer, man. We have a young killer that literally is 17 fights in a row after getting submitted in his first fight, knocked out in the second fight, the other way around. Absolutely went on the tear. And we all know his rise. We don't have to go. We have to talk about it, man. This guy literally went on the tear, got the invite to the Contender Series, and basically went on the tear, knocking out every component they put in front of him. And then he finally has the opportunity to go against Gilbert Burns, not demolishes, because Gilbert Burns was giving him problems, but passed the test. When I say passed the test against Gilbert Burns, absolutely reversed him, got on top and started elbowing him. And then to stop a fight against Gilbert Burns is absolutely showed me that this kid is him, man. This kid is him. But I don't think I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know with this one, man. This is his toughest fucking matchup yet. As I hate saying this, he's so fucking boring. But I don't know, man. This is why they have to fight. I want Jack Delamania to win, but I don't know, man. Does he not?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough one for him. Go ahead. I want to hear your take because I don't even know who I want to take in this one.
It's gonna be like a tough fight, but first and foremost, before that, because right now we have the co-main event, which is UFC 315, Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot for the flyweight championship. This is gonna be an interesting one. And then we had the main event, UFC 315, Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena at the welterweight championship. So I gotta really check down from this fight.
Me too, Hank. Me too, Hank. I don't know. That's why it's so hard. But continue, Ref. I'm sorry.
Because right now on that fight, I was really aware about the grappling deficiencies for an entire time at the UFC, especially the Renatio has become too far for the takedown defense of Jack Della Maddalena. Because to be honest, right now, Jack Della Maddalena defense is still not good. But if you had to contextualize with the scrambling and initial grappling ability, the stats really look awful. But the tape does not, because how on earth the judges had Gilbert Burns over the scoreboards against Jack Della Maddalena? We'll never know, because Jack Della Maddalena was looking great at that match. He was allowing to fight the control by Burns, but he was handling like every situation he found himself. Because right now, this seems like it's the same as the last 4 main events. Give me like a little striker versus a minute winner. But it's going to be more complex this time because Bilal Muhammad is not guaranteed to win rounds or minutes here because it all depends how good is going to be the top control is. Because if Bilal takes the takedown, they're back at their feet and the distance just like 20 seconds later. And I think that Jack Della Maddalena has a very good fight in his hands. But Bilal is still a flawed fighter. He's well-rounded only to a certain degree because you can him as a light game planner and a high IQ champion. But if you remove the ability to maintain at the top position in the round, we are left with him because he got mass striking, but he's got 1 + 10 finish ability because his cardio is excellent. But Jack Della Maddalena looks very good, and I don't want to suspect the attribute of the fight is going to decide off. Because if Jack has anywhere near the success he had against Burns, get at the back of the feet, he's going to get himself ample to the land damage and show himself to the better striker. Because given that Bilal has no damage to the odds of return, because I think that if we see Bilal hit 7 takedowns and still lose the fight, because in somehow, for perspective, I just wanted to see like a clear value on Jack Della Maddalena. Because I was going to be like a very confident, but it's really hard to say how much success Jack will have against Bilal because it's going to be very difficult to how much this performance against Burns has its own merit as opposed to Burns in offenses because they're going to be swing the odds because no action is only because I don't want it to seem how the much has to go if it doesn't finish, which is never something you can never fear off. Because right now I just wanted to see Jack Della Maddalena 4-round submission or knockdown. Because imagine this. Because we've been seeing like the event of Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. So imagine this. After Alexander Volkanovski take the championship, we would love to see another Australian at the UFC take the championship. That would be like a year for vindicated for Australian fighters at the UFC.
Yeah, when I look at this, you have a lot of points, and I love the fact that you brought it up. And we all want Jack to win. We all definitely do want Jack to win. But here's the thing, though. I just think that Boal is just better all around, right? And the one thing that we can't count out is Jack's heart, right? Jack's not going to give up on himself. He got taken down pretty easily with Gilbert Burns, right? But he didn't give up on himself, right? And that's what I want to see, exactly what you said. We can all admit that Muhammad is probably going to dominate this fight. Let's just admit that, right? If Gilbert Burns can take down Jack, I mean, let's be real. Okay, Jack's gonna hit the ground. What does he do when he gets to the ground, right? Is he gonna submit to the position? Or is he gonna fight? And I honestly think he's gonna fight, but I don't honestly think he's not gonna be able to fight with Muhammad all over him on the ground. Pause. I just think that Muhammad's gonna control this fight. But what I did like what you say, because I think we all think the same thing. If there's a chance, well, Muhammad makes a mistake. That's all he needs. That's all he needs is one opportunity. One opportunity. And if he gets that opportunity and he gets on top and he drops those elbows, kind of like what he did to Gilbert Burns, and then Muhammad opens up a chance to Jack to get a submission on him, everybody will blow up. It'll be a great evening, right? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's only one person on roster right now that's going to take the championship off of Muhammad, and he should have been on this court before he got hurt. And that's Shakawat. Let's just all admit Shakawat Rahmanov is the best fucking welterweight on the planet. We can all fucking admit that. And I honestly think that, my next to him is Ian Machado Gary. And I honestly think that Muhammad has a stiff competition ahead of him. Not only does he have to fight Jack, he's going to have to fight Shakawat next. He's probably, if for some miracle, he gets past Shakawat. He got Ian Gary waiting. So good fucking luck, bro. I just don't see. I don't see a year of, don't be crazy, Rafael. What if Muhammad beats all fucking three of them? Then fuck my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? That'd be fucking crazy. We're talking about it right now, and then 2 years down the road, Muhammad is fucking 27-3, 28-3, 30-3. We're talking about Muhammad as we're starting to compare Muhammad to fucking GSP and shit like that. Imagine. But anything can happen. That's why we love the sport. And don't count this guy out, man. This guy's a 15-year veteran. And yeah, you have this guy that's coming in fucking 17-0. I don't think anybody's counting him out, obviously, but I just think he's gonna go in there. He's gonna put on the show, and I just hope that maybe he makes a mistake, and maybe he slips up and Jack catches him. But I have Muhammad winning this fight. I think Hank said it the best. Muhammad wins this. Muhammad loses his title against Shakawat, and we got Shakawat versus Ian Gary, number fucking 2. The only person to take Shakawat to a decision. The only person to beat Ian Gary. Let's fucking make it happen. We want to see that. I'm sorry, UFC. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to diss you. We don't want to see you hug. It's not the hugging championship. This is the fucking fighting championship. Can we fight here? That's why we want Jack Milano to come in and knock him out in the first round, because it's a fight. He goes for the finish. He doesn't go for the points. Love you, Muhammad, but can you stop hugging? And you're a dog. Well, I'm gonna fuck with you, dog. I wanted to show you. You brought up something recently that I did want to pull up. The main events. I don't really usually do this often, but I'm gonna show my DraftKings screen. The main events, bro, has been absolutely killing me. Okay, so I'm gonna go from the top down. We're just gonna slide it down.
All right, let's see where they got right now.
So I got Jones.
Oh snap!
So check this luck. It happened to me 2 weeks in a row. Let me turn my brightness down so you can see it a little bit better. But there we go. So I'm not gonna turn it down. I'm just gonna kind of let it.
Okay, so let's just out of the focus.
So I had Jones, right? Then after.
You had Jones. You have it as all right.
Yeah. I got so mad, dude. Not mad, but like check this out. Okay, so you see the Jones, right?
All right, we see the Jones right now. Yes, we can see the Jones right now.
We see the Jones, right? Then who's that?
All right, so this is like Bikov. This is Bikov Peterson.
Who's that?
All right,
who's that?
All Sydney. All Rainer the Radier.
Oh, and then you know what happened? That happened.
Yeah, that
I went
happened.
from almost winning $10,000 to winning $30. That fucking fast.
Wow.
Because and it happened to me twice. These main events has been killing me because you know who I took? You know who I took over Gary for the points? Yeah, I did that. I took the fighting nights, and what happened? He forgot how to fight. Motherfucker forgot how to fight. I get it, it's again Gary, but he forgot how to. What are you doing, Potter? Where you at? And then what happens? Figure out. Just forgets how to fight. I get it. I chose Sanhagen to win. I knew Sanhagen was gonna win, but that's why I took him because I needed savings, the salary savings. I only had $50,000 to spend. The
Oh,
salary, you
there you
need
go. There you
6,800.
go.
I'm not gonna pass up on a 6,800. When you fighting a Bo Nickel that's not as experienced as this guy, I don't know how the world had Bo Nickel winning. I really don't know how the world had Bo Nickel winning. That's why I took that guy because I know we're there for 2 championships, 2-time shops in one. 2 division champ, and you think Bo Nickel is gonna win? Come on, let's be honest, bro. And Sanhagen is absolutely fucking a dog, bro. I wasn't even mad at that. I was just happy that fucking Sanhagen got it done. But Figgy's washed, man. Figgy's washed. And Prado, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I understand about that because sometimes when it comes to like UFC betting, I mean, they just wanted to make it really sure because some of those picks are really good, some of those picks are really bad, but it's all about taking care about like those stations and make some good money. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to tell you, thanks for
I
having
love
us.
that, Hank. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Raphael. He like that Bo losing, bro. That knee. Did you see that knee, Raphael?
Yeah, we just saw about
Bo
that
was
because
pissing blood, homie. He was pissing blood after that shit.
yeah, because between for that fight of Rainier de Redira, I mean, that was look amazing, and I was just like really shocked that he just wanted to knock out Bo Nicaragua. With just like holy
His
shit!
striking looks
There was
so
like
good. Yeah, his striking looks
yeah,
so good.
yeah, the Dutch smoke, the
Yeah.
Dutch smoked that Bo Nickel packet. I mean, that was really amazing for
He
me.
definitely does look like Duplessis 2.0, huh?
Yeah,
That's a good comparison, Hank.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, right now we're getting out of here because this has been like another episode of the Combat Club. We're to provide the WWE Backlash and the UFC 315 preview. And ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap this up right now, I just wanted to tell you this weekend, a Mother's Day weekend, I'm gonna provide a marathon between WWE Backlash and the UFC 315. It's going to be intense 6 hours of combat sports. My channel, Capitán Rafucho. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. All right. So thank you, everybody. And of course, I just wanted to see you there at the next episode of the Combat Club.
Appreciate you guys being here, holding down the chat. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, because we are 2 hosts that can feel the power and knowledge and get a leave out with a knockout, because this is a show with 100% extreme attitude, because in this club, we're going to fight anywhere, anytime, anyone. So thank you very much. Thank you from our co-host, Zion Sandy, because we will see you there at the next episode of the Combat Club at the same day.
I don't mean like you said anyone. I'm like John. I'm not gonna fight John Jones. Let's just fucking be honest. You say any. I'm like that's on him. Any rep for him. I'm not gonna go in the ring with John Jones. Fuck that. You guys have a good night. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, and of course, we will see you there at the next episode. So have a good one, and let's get it.